What's going on? You already know who the hell I am. It's Big Mike. We here at the Cheap Seats. And usually join with Beer Cave, but you got the family things going on. It's little man's birthday, BK's birthday, turning 12. So he had to step aside. The birthday party's going on right now. We're just starting. So he's taking care of business with the family. So I'm going to ride this solo dolo. Maybe we do a little call in, depending on who wants to jump in. But I need this chat to get live tonight. Let's get live. We're going to be debating, throwing out topics, talk about the NBA playoffs. I mean, my Cavs already did their thing. Game 1. Smacked up on the Magic from start to finish, led that game. And the one thing I got to take away from that, and we'll get to that, we're going to do a little mock draft, and I'm going to let the chat jump in. You tell me what you think the pick should be. And we're going to start lining it up that way, maybe, depending on who we got jumping in here and who wants to be involved. You got one of the great boxing matches on tonight, Haney and Garcia. It's going to be a rumble. People are thinking Haney's going to knock Garcia out. I don't think Garcia's right in his head right now. I think something crazy is going to happen. Garcia might catch him. Maybe, I don't know, man. Garcia's acting real weird and nutso. You know, he did that at the presser. It was weird, boy. Real weird. You got that going on. And again, it's just sports all around, baseball. My Guardians, the Indians, leading the major leagues in wins, the best record in the major leagues. Baseball's thriving right now. UFC just went down with the 300. Talked about that last week. I mean, all the sports is just coming together. NHL playoffs are going to start here soon. It's a good time for sports because soon enough, we're going to hit that week. We're going to hit that week where there ain't no sports. Right during the All-Star break for baseball, there's nothing. You might have a tennis match over in Saudi Arabia or something, but that's it. That's all we're going to have. We got to relish everything going on right now. It's big. It's going on big. Hey, but I got to give it a shout out. Listen, you got a Roku TV. Roku TV, download that Northeast Streaming Sports app. Telling you, that's your 24/7 sports. I know you guys are sick and tired of the ESPN fools, the Fox Sports 1 fools. You want to hear stuff from people that you can relate to. You want to get involved. You want to chat. You want to say your damn opinion. Northeast Streaming Sports. You download that app. You can put that on the big screen. Be on your phone on their YouTube channel, chatting in. Just listening to it if you want, putting it on your TV, just so you can hear it while you're doing something. But, I mean, it gets live over there for them. Come on now. Come on. Look, we already got Red Jet up in the chat as always, and, it's much appreciated, Red Jet. And, yeah, the Warriors, listen, we talked about this last week. It's the end. I feel like it's the end. Clay and Dre are gone. Me and Jay argued about that. He thinks Dre needs to stay. Now, listen, man, I'm telling you, Draymond and Clay, get rid of them, get better. Do your thing. The Kings, that shocked me. I get Malik Monk was hurt, but, I mean, Zion Williamson wasn't playing. I mean, he wasn't there. B.I. stepped up. He's fighting for his life for this Pelicans team, and they took the win. They did get the win, and, I mean, De'Aaron Fox laid it all out there on the floor. It's just, I don't know what happened. I mean, I felt like they should have still got that win without with Zion not being there and without Malik Monk. I felt like the Kings should have got that win and moved on. And I was saying double digits because I thought they were pressed. They wanted to get back, and they just, they didn't even look like themselves. And if Malik Monk has that much to do with it, well, then it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Oh, Red J, yeah, me and Jay get at it, but it's good stuff. Good heated debate. All the smoke in the world. And then, afterwards, we good. Hit that evac fan, gone. Smoke's out of there. Yeah, the Kings just, they didn't look themselves. They definitely didn't look themselves at all. I don't know. I was hoping they could get back because I really thought they had a chance at something. I mean, they're a great team, great young team. Maybe they're going to need to go get a piece. They need that one piece that they can rely on. You can't just always rely on De'Aaron Fox. Sabonis is doing his thing. Malik Monk, of course, and you might need that one other piece that you can really just plug in there and say, "Hey, yeah, OKC, they're definitely. I like them against Nola too. Again, especially with Zion's injury, we don't know what's going on there, if he's going to play or not. Even if he does, I feel like Chet and them boys are going to Chet, Shea, they're going to go crazy. I mean, they're a good young team. I think it'll be. It all depends because I feel like Zion will show up at some point, so it could be 5-6. That series could be like 4-1, 4-2 that they win that series. And I mean, OKC's a young squad too. I don't see them going too far. They'll win round one, and I think that's it. I really do. I think that might be it. I don't. You got to think of how the age of that team. That team's like what? Their average age is 24, maybe. Ooh, you got no damn experience on that team. None. None. But all right, let's get back to. So you have the Pelicans, OKC, Lakers playing the Nuggets on that side. Phil the other side, Phillies, Heat. It was flip flop from what I thought was going to be. The Heat were there in that game. Butler got hurt. In the first quarter, kind of messed them up a little bit. They played tough. They lost by one. Sixers are going against the Knicks. Heat inevitably took out the Bulls. I mean, and without Jimmy, they beat the hell out of them Bulls. Hero showed up. Bam was doing his thing. I mean, Jock. I mean, them boys came to play, and they'll be going against the Celtics. Now, if Jimmy's healthy and back, and that team can keep playing that way, they go give the Celtics a little time. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, the Celtics don't lose at home, and we've only lost 4." Yeah, but still, the playoff heat is different, especially with a coach like Spoelstra. Especially with a coach like Spoelstra. The reason why there weren't no Miami fans in there, they probably thought it was over with no Jimmy. They probably didn't want to waste the time. I don't know. I have no clue. That's stupid as far as I'm concerned. I mean, playing game, maybe it was hell of expensive and they didn't like it like that. They couldn't pay just for a play-in. I don't know why the fans wouldn't show up to that game. That was crazy to see that because I only saw a little bit of it, but that was crazy to see how there was no fans really. Like, why wouldn't you want to show up? Again, playing game route. Maybe they think it's going to be just like this. If they win that game to go to the Celtics, I don't know. Maybe they feel they don't got no shot. You didn't feel that way last year. You showed up last year. You did your thing last year. Then you went on to beat the Bucks. You went all the way to the finals. I don't know. Some fan bases, some fans are just absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous with it. And it makes no sense why they would like to be that way. Like at all. But hey, first game of the actual playoffs just ended, I don't know, a half hour ago. Cavs, Magic. Listen, Cavs went start to finish leading. They were up by as many as 20 throughout the game. It was as close as 4 through the runs. But I mean, they missed a lot of threes. A lot of threes. At one point they hit 5 in a row and then they went 0 for 18. And they were still winning by double digits. So you just imagine if they could have hit half those threes. Just half. That's 27 points. And then, you don't know about putbacks or if they got twos instead. And take half those points. That's, 12, 13 points. Dude, Cavs were showing out. They showed out. And what I love the most, what I took away most from it, from the Cavs Orlando game was the physicality. Was the fact that they didn't let nobody push them around. They were getting in people's faces. There was a couple hard fouls, and you saw George Niang just going after people. You saw Goro pushing people around like, hey, we ain't playing this game. Like, that physicality's back. That's where they were lacking a lot of these games this season. The physicality, where they just soft. People were just pushing around, and there was no get back. And that was crazy that it was like that. Absolutely insane that they were letting that happen. But hey, they showed that they're not going to let that happen. They showed that you push us, we're pushing back, and we're going to push back in a big way. D. Mitchell went out and did his thing. I mean, it was a great game by these guys. Oh, hold on, let me see. Let me get the stats here real quick. They won by 14. Um, D. Mitch had 30, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Jared Allen, 16 points, 18 rebounds. Mobley stepped up in a big way. And look, he had these 16 in the first half. 16 points, 11 rebounds. Garland had 14. I mean, everybody was just working around. But I mean, the fact that they were, what were they? 3-pointers, 8 for 30. 8 for 30. And remember, they hit the first 5. They hit their first 5 threes. And then after that, they went 3 for 25. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. Great game by the Cavs. I got to give it to them because, again, people are starting to doubt what they were going to do. I feel like they're going to get this first round. They're going to do their thing. Orlando's a young team. They don't have a lot of shooters. They play a lot of inside game. Once they get a lead, all they got to do is hold it. All they got to do is hold the lead, play good defense, limit the turnovers. They had a bunch of them. Limit those turnovers, and everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Yeah, Red Jet, I don't know. It was a ridiculous with that Miami game. I hope they show up for this series. Hopefully the Heat aren't out there playing like it's in the damn, dome again. Like they're in that COVID dome and nobody's there. Because, I mean, that sucked. The Heat, the Lakers went at it. Yeah, the Cavs did. They played great. Again, felt like Mobley fell off after the first half, though, and really didn't do much. And I think he needs to continue doing the thing. But, again, Jared Allen wasn't doing much in the first half, and then he came out with 16 points, too. So it was like a trade. I'm going to do a first half. You do a second half. Both had double-doubles. It was a good game. It was a good game. But yeah, right now, what do we got? Phoenix going with Minnesota, and this game's going back and forth right now. Yes. It's literally, I looked right up at it. They're going back and forth. And this series, I think it's going to go 6 games. It could possibly go 7. I do feel like Phoenix edges them out with Durant and Booker and Beal. I mean, you got Booker and Durant averaging 27, 28 points apiece. And then you got Beal with 18. It's going to be rough because, I mean, Ant-Man's going to have to be on one. He's going to have to get ready to tear stuff up. He's going to have to. They're going to have to play a hell of a defensive game. Towns, Gobert, McDaniels, Mike Conley with the veteran presence. He's going to have to lead this team. Woo! It's getting a little chippy out there. Oh yeah, Minnesota has to. Listen, they have to win these home games. Because if it goes to Phoenix and Phoenix gets both of those and they got one in Minnesota, it's over. It'll end in 5. It'll end in 5. And I really think that it'll be 6. I think a lot of these series are going to go 6 games. I think you might get 1 or 2 of 5. I don't think it'll ever be a sweep. I can't see a sweep. But maybe. But yeah. They're going to fight every game, but as soon as Phoenix breaks them down, if Phoenix gets a hold of this one and then wins both at home, it's going to break down. It's going to be over. The Wolves will be crushed a little bit because, again, it's not that they're young. They're just inexperienced in this right now. They've come in a little bit. You got Conley with some experience, Towns, Gobert, but it's just the team together is inexperienced. And I think that's going to be tough to overcome with, Eric Gordon, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. You just got so much experience on that side and the scoring. It's just, I don't know. It's going to be hard to overcome that. It really is. I mean, tonight, what do we got after this game? What do we got after this game? Pacers. I think the Pacers play right after this game. They got the Bucks, no Giannis. That series, Giannis might not be back for 3 or 4 games. Who knows how that's going to work? If the Pacers can get out in front and say the Pacers can take 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 4. I mean, if they take 2 out of 3, I give them a good thing. I give them a chance because they should be able to beat this team. They got Hal Burton. You got Matt Turner, Pascal Siakam. You got players on that Pacers team. And then you got, of course, Dame Time, Brooke Lopez, and them over there, Chris Middleton. But without Giannis, it opens up a lot. It opens up a hell of a lot. And I truly feel that the Pacers can get a hold of that. And they can get that win. And that'd be great for them. I mean, they hell of a young team over there too, but that would be great for them to get that win. It would suck for the Bucks and Giannis, but he comes back at a good time. I mean, the Bucks still got that chance. I mean, always when you put Giannis in the game. Oh yeah, this game is definitely a dogfight. Again, it's going to be back and forth. I don't know how many big runs we'll see in this game, but it's definitely going to go back and forth. Look at it. I mean, first quarter's over, and I mean, come on now. They're going to tear each other up. The Knicks get the Sixers. Everybody's so riding so high. Oh, Jalen Brunson this, Jalen Brunson that. I get the dude is a dog and he's talented as hell. But come on, man. He's not going to be able to carry that team. Maxey playing at a high level. Embiid's getting healthier. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I really believe the Sixers take that series. You're missing Randall. You're missing pieces. OG's there, but I just really think the Sixers take that series, especially if Tobias Harris steps up. I mean, Nicholas Batum stepped up in that play-in game, had 20. If he plays that way, Tobias steps up, gets 15 to 20, and Maxey and Embiid do their thing, you're not stopping them. Especially a Knicks team with only Jalen Brunson to really, handle the business. You're not stopping the Knicks, or you're not stopping the Sixers. You might get 1-2 games, but that's it. It's going to be the Sixers move on. And they're going to play that Bucks team that has a Giannis that just came back and still, lingering with his injury that'll be lingering. Or you're going to play a Pacers team that's young and that has Miles Turner, but you're still bigger. You're still, it'll be a good series. Because, I mean, Hal Burton and Pascal Siakam, I mean, that'll be a great series. We're going to have to see. I think these playoffs are going to be great. They're going to be great this year. Then you got the Lakers Nuggets tonight. People are starting to say, oh, well, LeBron, he does this, he does that. If he wins this series against the Nuggets and rides this wave and does his thing and goes to the conference finals or the finals, that cements him as this, blah, blah. Listen, the fact that you guys are giving him the shot of saying, I get never say never, but you can't sit here and tell me you're looking at a Nuggets team that's only got one guy that's removed from that team, still did everything, could have still been first in the Western Conference. We're tied the whole time and still doing the damn thing. You're going to act like they're just nothing? I know the Lakers are rolling right now a little bit, and LeBron's going to do his thing. But last year the games were close, but I still got the Nuggets doing their thing. I mean, because you're going to have AD on point every game. LeBron's going to have to do his thing, of course. I mean, you're going to have other guys step up because Murray, Aaron Gordon, KCP, Michael Porter Jr., Joke, they're always going to do their thing. It's like they're not going to have an off night because they lean on each other. And when one's kind of slacking a little, the other ones are picking up. So that's just tough. Oh yeah, listen, I'll tell you right now, if AD all of a sudden comes down with an injury, it's over with. It's done. It's done. I mean, LeBron's pulled and dragged some horrendous teams to the finals and done some crazy shit. That that '07 Cavs team that he drug to the finals. I mean, come on now. I bet people can't name 5 guys off that team besides LeBron. People that aren't Cavs fans cannot name 5 dudes off that team. That's how crazy of a team that was. And they got dragged to the finals, got swept by the Spurs, but got dragged. He can't, it's not something he can do right now. And now with that Lakers team, if AD gets hurt, it's done. And especially if LeBron even something happens to LeBron, that's definitely the end of it. But I'll tell you right now, if AD goes down, it's the end of it. AD's got to play at the top. He's got to be peak level AD in this series if they're really going to have a shot. Yes, exactly. Casual fans. We call them fair weather fans. That's what it is. You're a fan of your team. You don't know nothing else about basketball. You don't know nothing else about the NBA or the teams they play. Listen, I have a brain that works in a weird way. Like I can watch a movie back in the 80s and say, hey, that's the dude from these movies that just came out yesterday. Say that dude's here. My brother gets amazed by me every single time I do it. I'm like, oh, he's on these shows or he's on these movies or whatever. He's like, how the hell do you know that? You just barely saw that dude's face. I'm like, I guarantee you. And I got that photogenic memory. It's absolutely insane. Same with trivia. Like once I hear an answer one time, it's like it's stuck there. Like I know the answer no matter what. And I don't even know where it comes from. And someone will just say something, it'll pop in my head and I'll just know it. But it these Lakers got a tough road, and I'm sick and tired of people acting like they got some crazy chance. Again, I can't never say never. It's just hard to say that it's that big, like everybody's trying to pump them up to be. Yeah, it's LeBron. I get that. Granted, they lost single digit games last year against the Nuggets. I mean, you're gonna need D'Angelo Russell to be pumped all the way up. Hachimura, you're going to need those boys ready because this isn't going to be easy. This isn't a walk in a park. This isn't going to your park playing some hoops and having fun. This is going to be battling nonstop. I think another one that's going to be a battle, just like the one we're watching right now, the Clippers Mavs. I think they will battle nonstop. I mean, you got the Clippers team, and they got 4 veteran dudes. You got Harden, Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. You know, Kawhi's did it all before. Twice. I mean, did some things. You be like, damn, the claw. Paul George has done everything he could and made some stuff happen. Russell, Harden, they were on the same team together trying to make it happen one year. Fell short. They were up 3-1 against a Warriors team that you looked at and said, oh, nope. Oh, it's the Knicks Sixers next. So that'll be a great series. It'll start next. But then you had Harden and Westbrook with Durant and Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins on that Thunder team. They were up 3-1 on the Warriors. Warriors came back and won. It should have been the Warriors in the finals. But I mean, the Cavs would have beat the Thunder then. But it would have been a classic thing. It'd have been great. But I mean, these guys have done this. You got Zubac, Terrence Mann. Forget who else is on that squad. I know there's one other person I'm failing to mention. But these guys are primed and ready. They're sick and tired of getting told that, oh, they got all this talent, can't do nothing. They got this, they got that. They're sick and tired of hearing that shit. They really hate it. Then on the other side, you got Luka and Kyrie. They've been told they can't work together. They look pretty damn good together to me. I mean, Luka's deferred to Kyrie. When it comes time, Luka lets Kyrie do his thing. Luka will bring the ball down. He'll facilitate to everybody. He'll defer to Kyrie. And then when it's just Luka in the game, Luka takes over and does his damn thing. I mean, and they got some young pieces around them. They got some all right pieces. They could possibly win that series. They win that series, Whoever wins that series out of the Clippers, Mavs, are beating OKC. Not a doubt in my mind, they're beating OKC. And they'll be in the conference finals awaiting Denver. Because I think Denver not walks through LA, but beats LA. I think the Suns give them some trouble because the matchup is a little different. I think the Suns will give them a little bit of trouble. But I think they beat the Suns. I think that'll go 6. And then it's going to be a nice Western Conference Finals. If it's Dallas, I think Denver kind of can get them a little easier than if it was the Clippers. If it's the Clippers and they're rolling, and I mean they're rolling, and not one of those 4 have gotten injured, oh man, dude. It might be tough. It might be real tough, especially if Harden plays that role. Like, I don't need to score 100 points. I could score 12 and have 20 assists, and Westbrook does his thing off that bench. Whoo, boy. It might be a Clippers team in the finals, and that will be insane. That'll be insane. But yet, I'm still going to pick Denver to go. I still feel the Celtics, even though the Cavs, I think, can give them a little trouble. It's like, especially if the Cavs are playing the way they did today, played a lot of good ball. They missed a lot of threes, and they still came out up by 14. They should have won that game by 20 plus. But I still feel Boston comes from the East and meets whoever in the West. Denver most likely, but I would love to see the Clippers in there. I would absolutely love to see the Clippers in the finals. I mean, it would be something everybody would talk about. Oh, the Clippers finally did it. Those guys finally put it together. Yay, woo! But I see Denver just going back to back. What's going on, normal guy? I truly see Denver going back to back. But yeah, this game, Minnesota, Phoenix going at it. And you know what I love about this, though? I love the old school T-Wolf logo in the middle of the court. I love that logo, man. That's old school. Even on their shorts, the wolf with that silver ball. That's some good stuff right there. I really like that. Man. A lot of people talking about, the draft is getting big. All these rumors are starting to swirl around. Oh, well, maybe the Bears aren't going to take Caleb. Maybe they're going to trade, or maybe they're going to draft J.J. McCarthy. Tell me why. Somebody, please. I need somebody to be in this chat telling me why. Explain why J.J. has gone from, you would think, second round, third round pick to now this dude's touted to be rumored to be the first pick in the draft. Yeah, normal guy. Pelicans did it. B.I. showed up. It looked like the Kings just stopped. De'Aaron Fox did his thing, but the rest of them weren't there. I hope Zion's going to play in this next series. I think that'll be a great series with OKC, even though I think OKC gets them. But someone please explain to me the J.J. McCarthy deal. I didn't see enough from him, or didn't see the craziness that everybody else is seeing. Can he make the throws? Yes, great. I saw him make throws at his pro day or at the combine. I don't know yet exactly, normal guy. I think they are definitely putting so much pressure or so much on this dude right now. It's insane, absolutely insane. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if he gets drafted early in the top 5, the best place for him to go would be the Vikings to make that trade with the Chargers that has been talked about forever. And I heard that's coming close, real close now to being a done deal come draft day. And I hope so for both teams, because I think the Chargers would benefit a hell of a lot from that. The first 2 picks in this first round, probably another first pick next year. And I think they would benefit like no other from this. But JJ going to the Vikings, that has an offensive line that's set. You have Aaron Jones running the ball, TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, and of course JJ. I think that's just perfect place for him to go. because he's going to be better than Sam Darnold. He's definitely going to be better than Sam Darnold. Like I've said many times, he's not going to lose you the game, but he's not going to throw you into one either. He's not going to be that guy that's going to be like, oh man, we're down 14 and we only got, 10 minutes left in the game. He's not going to be, I mean, maybe, but I just don't see it. We haven't seen it because the run game was so prominent. The defense was so prominent at Michigan. You didn't see what he could do. So arm strength wise, I don't know. Decision-making wise, I do not know. So I can't believe they would pick and say JJ's this much when I've watched Bo Nix at Auburn do it. He did the damn thing with how many coaches and offensive coordinators? Then he goes to Oregon and he's what? How many games did he play there? He went 25-5 or something like that. That blows my mind. 25-5, and new coach, new system, did a thing. Bo Nix is the guy I would say, hey, that's the dude. The most pro-ready quarterback to me that I would have talent-wise, there's other quarterbacks talented than him, but he has the ability and the knowledge and the know-how to not worry. You plug him in any system. Yeah, when Michigan played TCU in the playoffs, exactly. I don't know. He threw 2 interceptions there. I do not know. You cannot. And he tried to throw himself back. It just can't happen. They're putting Bo Nix out and saying, oh, well, he's second round, third round. And I'm hearing the Broncos probably take him at 12th, and they're saying that's a big reach. Why? Broncos need a quarterback. Bo Nix can start day one. He'll get that playbook, know it, and be able to run that offense right away. Like there's no questioning that. Like right now, bam, he's in there. He's got the arm. He can move his feet. He's in there. Decision-making is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing with Bo. And even why are they putting him over? Why are they putting JJ over Penix? Penix had a rough go in that national championship game, but you saw him out there hurt, still making plays, still doing his thing. You saw it all year long. He was still doing his thing with a shit defense. Just like Caleb Williams had a shit defense. Watching his defense wasn't that great either. But Penix was making things happen. I just don't get it, I guess. I have a big problem. I mean, do I think he's better than the other half? Yes. Spencer Rattler and Michael Pruitt from Tulane. Yes, he's better than them dudes. He's definitely better than them. You can go Caleb, Jalen, Drake, Bo, Penix, JJ, or even put JJ in there and it makes, above Penix. If you want to, if you feel like you absolutely have to do that, you can do that. But I can't see him above Bo Nix. I can't. Or them other guys. As much as I think Caleb's mentally messed up, as much as I say Caleb is mentally not there yet, and he's going to take a little time to get fully there because of how he is, he's got way more talent and ability. Oh, I love Jaden Daniels. Normal guy. I love that dude. He's made the throws. He knows when to use his feet to open up the pass game. So when he feels it getting too congested in that secondary, or everybody's starting to key in on something, he knows to use his feet, use the lanes he sees, break it open. That way you open it up so you guys can get over the top, cut underneath routes. I mean, Jalen is sick. Yeah. Is that the Tulane guy? Michael Pratt, right? That's the Tulane guy, if I'm correct. And yeah, I think he's good. He won't go in the first, no, but I think he's one of those guys that'll get drafted in the third round. He'll go to a team, I don't know. I don't know where he can go right now. You can see him probably go to depending on where the rest land. You could see Pratt go to like a Seattle, maybe. Seattle, if they don't draft a quarterback in the second round, you could definitely see him go there. You could see Dallas pick him up at some point in time. Um, shit, I mean, you could see Cincinnati maybe grab a guy like that. Because I mean, Joey B, he gets injured one more time, and it's a serious injury. He's definitely labeled injured prone. It feels like you're not going to get the money you gave up for him, and maybe it's time to make a move. I don't know. It's hard to move on from a talent like that, but being injured like that all the damn time. But the last time he came off an injury like this, they went to the Super Bowl. So who knows what this has and what this season will have in store for him. But yeah, I like Michael Pratt too. I mean, I think Spencer Rattler's got a good arm. My problem is his decision making isn't great. If you can get that fixed, I think Spencer Rattler could be a decent quarterback. Maybe even Carolina picks up Michael Pratt. Even though they got Bryce Young, but you pick up a quarterback later on. I mean, because they got Andy Dalton over there. Get another quarterback because if Bryce Young comes out and he's just not doing it at all, they got to start knowing it was a bust. And Bryce may make a move. The Titans, maybe they grab Michael Pratt. We saw Levis. He showed sparks of light that he could play the game. He showed that he could be that guy. But again, he also showed, damn, maybe he wasn't supposed to be that first round guy. So who knows? Who the hell knows? You can see one of those top teams grab two quarterbacks. The Patriots, I could definitely see him grab two. I mean, uh, the Giants, depending on what they do with their first round, you could see them grab somebody later on. I'll tell you right now, if the Giants don't grab a quarterback or make a move for a quarterback at their first pick, like some are saying they might, you better watch. They might grab Bo Nix in the second round. If Bo falls, they might. They might make a play for Joe Milton. Dude, he came in. The Browns had him in for a visit. They like him. They like him too. But again, I think that's crazy to say the Browns need a quarterback. They got Watson, which even if Watson goes out, you got Winston, Huntley, and you got DTR. And I think DTR will be a great quarterback. I don't think we need to even worry about a QB in a sense. I think we need to focus on everything else. We need to get another running back in here. We need to get a sub 4-3 wide out, get some defensive line help. We definitely need to grab another left tackle because if Willis doesn't step the hell up and show he can play, time to go. But yeah, Milton's great. Again, see, JJ's better than them guys. I could see JJ being better than Milton, better than Pratt. I could say that. But not this crazy shit. I'm going to put him in the top 10, now top 3, top 1. He's just, it doesn't work out for me. It just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I don't know. It's rough for me. Oh man, I was hoping there'd be a lot more people in the chat. I wanted to do a mock draft, but I wanted you guys to do it. First round, maybe, or even just the first 10 picks. Just you guys do it. Let me hear what you guys think. Normal guy. If you want to do it, we'll do it. Me and you can do this. I don't know if Red Jet's still around or where she went. I don't know where Jesus. I'm shocked Jesus hasn't jumped in. But we can do this. We can do it. Let me see here. Let me see. Let's do a little of this. Next year's class, yeah, you're only going to have a handful. Ward, Shador Sanders, and there's probably like 2 others. All right, all right. Oh man, what are we doing here? So of course, We all think Caleb Williams is going to Chicago. Am I not correct? Am I correct on this? Normal guy, is that what you're feeling? Or are you feeling something crazy happening? You feel a Caleb? Because, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. I mean, put Caleb there. This next one is where it's going to get it's going to get changey. You feel Washington takes Jalen, or do they go Drake? Because now the argument it is on what they need or what they should do. Do they want to try to relive the RG3 situation? Because, I mean, RG3 and Daniels, Daniels feels like he's got more talent, more ability than RG3 coming out, but Drake May looks like that dude. Like, he got the art. He did it with way less. But what are we feeling here? You think the Skins stick with Daniels? Or maybe they try to make a trade out. What are we feeling here? I'm feeling like it's probably going to be Daniels. I'm feeling like Jaden Daniels is probably the guy. Because it'll help him. And are you saying Commanders take Drake? All right, let's go ahead. We'll put Drake in there. So what do you think about the Patriots then? They taking Daniels? I mean, they need it. Or are they going to be the ones? Are they going to take JJ like they have some people say? Or are they going to trade out? This is your mock draft, normal guy. I'm going to let you run this. You tell me what you think. Patriots on the clock. What are they doing here? What are they doing? I mean, they need a lot. I mean, if you really think about it, does a quarterback do anything for him this coming up year? Maybe letting the Vikings, if the Vikings throw them the right pieces, they jump back, get that 11-23, add some pieces to that offense. You know, a weapon at 11. Add some defense. I don't know. All right, you say Daniels. All right. What's going on here? It's all right. So that's what we got. 3 QBs in a row. Arizona's on the clock. Well, AZ's tough. I mean, are you saying it's tough that the Patriots, if they moved out, I mean, they would just add because they got Jacoby Brissett. He's going to run the game. Daniels probably isn't going to start right away, but Brissett's probably going to run it. But like you said, quarterback class next year, it's going to be a little shifty. All right. We got Harrison to the Cards. All right. Now we're at pick 5, the Chargers. Now, everybody has their opinion here. Trades. Do they just draft a left tackle? Do they just take Neighbors or Odonzi or whoever they like here, Bowers? Or do they make that trade and they're the ones? This is where the Vikings jump up. Pieces are changed out. Is this where that happens? Do the Vikings make their move here? Which I feel like they do myself. And I feel like the Chargers would be dumb not to take it because they could add so much to that team in this first round, whether, again, it's offensive weapon help or it's a nice piece on that defense later on in the first, plus add another first next year so they can continue to add. Where do you feel the Chargers, normal guy? Where you feel them? Ooh, they taking Neighbors. All right. So the move did not happen. The Vikings did not jump up. Let's move this up a little bit right here. We got the Giants. Giants are next on the list. Now people are saying they take JJ. They were saying they were trying to trade up and get JJ. But I don't know. I feel like they need weapons too. I mean, they got Hyatt, Darren Waller. You don't know. I heard rumors of him retiring. They need a lot too. Offensive line, offensive weapons. Even if they get a quarterback, they got Daniel Jones. But again, even if they decide to draft a quarterback, you still need weapons. So what do the Giants do in your book, normal guy? Do they stick with and say, hey, we're going to grab a young quarterback. Daniel Jones is on his way out here soon. We need that guy now. We need to get JJ, or we need a Bo Nix, or we need somebody now. Or do they say, let's bank in, grab a nice offensive weapon here, or a nice offensive lineman here and build, and then we'll worry about that later. Maybe draft someone later on, second round, quarterback wise. Damn, Anthony Edwards got 3 fouls already in this game. It's not even halftime. That's bad news for the Wolves. I mean, they're putting the work in, but that's bad news. Joe Alt. All right, Joe Alt. All right. Look, we got it going so far. All right, I'm with you here, normal guy. I'm with you. Now you got the Titans. Now the Titans were slated to get Joe Alt because they need offensive line help. They definitely need offensive line help because Will Levis can't try to do anything from his back. So do they pick up an offensive lineman too? Do they take the boy from Penn State or the guy from Oregon State? Or maybe do they switch everything up on us and say, all right, we got Calvin Ridley, D-Hop. Maybe we're going to throw out that tight end, Brock Bowers. I mean, who do they got over there as tight end? What's going on, Ma? What's going on? I love you too, Ma. Riding this along. Beer Cave having a birthday party for his boy. Dom was in transition, heading to his mom's to watch the boxing match with Cody. And Jay, I know Jay's doing something. I haven't heard from him yet, but I said, screw it. I'm just going to ride this one out. Doing a little draft, Ma. All right. Normal guy says left tackle from Penn State. They do need that offensive line help. They definitely need that offensive line help. Hey, Ma, keep on spreading the love out there in Arizona for us. Get everybody to get on here. Trying to get big. But yes, Titans definitely need that offensive line help. They need to help that run game because they got, Tony Pollard. They got Spears. It's not a huge run game there, but they're going to need to open up some holes. Again, they got to keep Will Levis protected, not on his back. He's got to have time to throw to D-Hop and this $90 million 29-year-old Calvin Ridley. So we got Atlanta Falcons are on the clock now. Do they go defense? Or do they say, hey, let's add a weapon to go with London? Or let's trade. Maybe they trade. Maybe the Vikings are feeling like, all right, maybe we need to jump up now. Or maybe the Raiders are trying to talk into this pick. JJ's still out there. I know you're not hype. You feel it's all over hype, so maybe it's going to go straight through. But do the Falcons take Dallas Turner? Or do they, again, Roma Donzi's out there? They don't need a tight end. They got Pitts. Maybe they go offensive line, defensive line. I mean, let's see what they got going on over here. Oh, he said, who did the Falcons take? They take Dallas Turner. All right. Say they had that other corner. They could try to get A.J. Terrell, a buddy, to run with. Now we got the Bears. Now this is where the Bears feel like they make that other offensive move. Everybody says they're going to get Roma Donzi. You know, I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. My thing is they need an offensive line still. And I always felt like they would do that. They would go for the offensive line, you know? But, I mean, you just don't know here. Next guy is Latouf or Fuega from Oregon State. I mean, they got some pieces. There's a lot of tackles that come after that. I mean, a lot of tackles are going to be coming up. that are like all around good. But let's see. Well, what do they do? What are you feeling? What are you feeling? What did I do here? Bears. Yep. Where are we going with the Bears, normal guy? You feeling like they go for that other piece to pair with Williams? So that way when things come along down the road, Keenan Allen, they don't have to re-sign. They let him fall off. DJ Moore, or maybe keep one of them, but you got Rome who could step up and need that guy that rode with Williams all this time. You feel like they do that? Maybe they go Brock Bowers. I mean, they got Cole Kmet, but Brock Bowers is leaps and bounds more talented and a better overall player than Cole Kmet. Maybe they do that. That'd be a crazy move. That'd be crazy. I wouldn't count that out. If I'm them, that's you put a Brock Bowers on there with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, and I forgot the other guy that's there, right out that's there. And then they got DeAndre Swift. Ooh, Bears taking offensive tackle, huh? All right, we're just going to give them Oregon State. Give them the Oregon State tackle. It's supposed to be one of the greats. Now you got the Jets. Now, what do the Jets need? You just picked up Mike Williams in the offseason. He's injured prone, but when he's good, he's good. They got Garrett Wilson. Do you want to add Rome Udazi to that? Just in case Williams go down, then you have another weapon for A-Rod. Do they need offensive line to protect A-Rod? Even though they just got old boy from Dallas. Or do they take Brock Bowers and say, now we got a tight end? We got a guy that A-Rod could be safety blanket with, and you know, at least you got Williams, you got Garrett, got Brock Bowers. I don't know. That sounds like that Bowers or a Fodazi. All right. So the Jets take Bowers. Then what we got here? Got Minnesota. You want to keep going? We can keep going. I'm all right. We can keep talking these picks out. You got the 7th pick. Minnesota. Remember, they got 2. Or the 11th pick. They got 2. They got 11 and 23. Now, Minnesota got a hell of an offense. But they got no damn quarterback. Sam Darnold. Their defense. They can add pieces, but it's a good defense. Where do we go with these guys? Do they take that quarterback? Whether if it's JJ, Bo, do you reach for Penix here? Or do they just simply say, hey, we're just going to grab the best defense? Yeah, well, tomorrow will be a different show. Well, we could be done with the draft now, but tomorrow's a whole different show. It ain't Jay will be on it. We'll be doing a whole different thing on that show. But all right, that's cool. Hey, we can leave it right there like that. I'm all right with that. I like that. I do like that. Man, look at this. The Wolves are taking over. They don't even care about Durant being on the Suns. They have no care in the world about Durant being on the Suns. Said, nah, we don't care about your big 3. Get the hell out of here. I mean, this is insane. They're up by 14 going in the half. Ooh, the Wolves said, hold on, we ain't come to play. We came to dog. They said, this ain't play time. This is dog your ass time. Man. What about baseball a little bit? Let's throw a little baseball in here, just a little bit. Guardians got the best record in baseball. My Indians, I want to say. I mean, that's insane to me. You never would have thought that they would have the best record in baseball, and they are doing it by just making contact. You're out of here, normal guy? All right, my man. Just by making contact with the ball. And that's usually everybody cries and whines. Oh, you got to be able to hit the home run. You got to have the long ball. They have a couple home runs here and there, but they're doing it with just fundamental baseball, and that's insane to me. I mean, season's looking pretty good. It is. It's looking real, real good now. You know what? Normal guy rolled out. I think let's go ahead and get back. Let's go back to this. He made those picks. Vikings got the 11th pick. You know, I feel if JJ falls here, they're going to draft JJ. That's where they'll go with that. Close that. They're going to draft JJ. The Broncos need a lot of damn help. And if Udazi is there, I can't see them passing up that when they truly could pick up a quarterback later on. I mean, so if this is the way the draft goes, if this is the way it falls, normal guy did the first 10 picks, even though I feel like the Vikings would have made that trade with the Chargers. Or let's do this. Let's just redo it. Let's restart this draft. Confirm. Let's restart it. Do it all. All right. So, Caleb, we're going to go right down it. I'm going to go a little quicker with this. I'm going to say, Caleb, I got a feeling that why is this doing this? Stop. I got a feeling Daniels goes there. I think Patriots take Drake May. Cardinals will take Marvin Harrison. I think this is where the trade happens because I can't see all that smoke that we saw. All that smoke, everybody talking Vikings trading Chargers, Vikings trading up, Vikings trading up. Why would they grab that first round pick like that? That second first round pick. So we're gonna say the Vikings take this. They're taking JJ McCarthy. The Giants, again, they need to add pieces. I feel like this is where Malik Neighbors goes. Tennessee, I was right there with him on this offensive line. Joe Alt, his father played and was amazing left tackle. I feel like Joe Alt will step right up in here and help keep Will Levis off his back. You got the Falcons. Now, this is where it gets different for me because I love Dallas Turner as an edge rusher. I truly do. But I feel like Jared Verse. I like Jared Verse. I don't. He's down there a little bit. I don't know. I just really like Jared Verse. The problem is Dallas Turner and the opposition he went against is a lot tougher than what Jared Verse did. But I'm gonna say I'll go Dallas Turner just for the hell of it. Just because I truly, damn it, man, he's just an Alabama boy. That's what it is. Alabama turns out some great defensive players, and I think he may not rise to that level of like Will Anderson, but he's going to be a great defensive player. And you know, Atlanta needs to add to that defense. That's where their weakness really is right now. Put somebody at that defense, start building a little bit on that. Chicago here. Again, I made the case for an offensive lineman. They need offensive linemen. They just do. You got to be able to protect your quarterback. No matter how many weapons you put out there, you got to be able to protect him. And also made the case of Brock Bowers. If you grab Brock Bowers and you put him there instead of Cole Kmet with all those weapons, I mean, that's huge. That's absolutely insanely huge for Caleb Williams to step into. But then again, you look at it like you might want to pair him with that wide receiver that he can play with and be there with. So when Keenan Allen's contract or DJ Moore's contract comes up, they can pick which one they want to keep, get rid of the other one, and you have Rome step up, and he still has that rapport with Caleb Williams. So we're going to put O'Donnell there. Now, the Jets, everybody keeps saying Brock Bowers, but I feel like they still need to shore up that offensive line. They got a great defense. Uh, ugh. I don't know. I want to say offensive line. I truly do. Because, I mean, they brought in old boy from Dallas. It's going to be Brock Bowers. That's what it's going to be. You know that's how it's going to end up. And what? It's going to be Vikings. So it's the Chargers pick now. I feel like they're going to have to go offensive line. But they also need to help. They need to help their boy. But we're going to go with the Penn State tackle because they got to keep Herbert upright. They'll have that 23rd pick. They'll probably use to take a weapon. Denver's sitting here. What are they going to do? Are they going to go ahead and build on their defense? Do you want Arnold paired with PS2? Want to get some edge rushing because they let Chubb go, moved him. Everybody's starting to say they're going for a quarterback. I'm going to hit Jared Verse here. I think some edge rushing. I like Jared Verse a lot. I truly do. I think it'd be a great move for them. You got the Raiders. This is where I think they pick up. Maybe they go edge, probably try to help with Max, but they just got Christian Wilkins. And I think the line's going to be right. Let's go corner here. And I think that'll help out the Raiders secondary a lot. I think that's a good move. Saints. The Saints. Let's go UCLA. Let's go edge rusher. Colts. They have an amazing offensive line. They truly do. I'm gonna tell they're gonna take the boy from Toledo, Quinton Mitchell, help out that secondary over there, solidify that secondary line. You got Seattle. Seattle really doesn't need a lot of offensive weapons. What they might need is, again, offensive line. So let's take our boy from I should have took the dude from Oregon State, but took him from Washington. It's all right. He'll fit there. Jags probably go offensive tackle too. So they'll take old boy from Oregon State. Bengals. What are they going to do with Higgins? You know, I felt like they would have used this and Higgins trade away Higgins, trade away that 18th pick, try to make something happen. I don't know. They're not going to go offensive lineman. Brian Thomas Jr. is there right now, which, I mean, he could have went to the Jags too. Byron Murphy, Chop Robinson, Johnny Newton. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go Byron Murphy. They need that D tackle presence. Yeah, let's go Byron Murphy. And I feel like Donald's gone from the Rams. That opens up a lot over there. They definitely need a D tackle. We're going to go Johnny Newton there. Pittsburgh, again, now you don't know. Pittsburgh needs weapons. They only have George Pickens. They get Freiermuth. They know how to pick out their wide receivers. They also need an offensive line. Do they go offensive line or do they take Brian Thomas? Oh, man. See, this is rough right here. If I'm the Steelers, I'm taking Brian Thomas. I'm adding to the weapons I have. That's what I'm doing. The Dolphins, they need help. Xavier Howard's gone. They lost some line. I think maybe they go Chop Robinson here. Philly. really lost some linemen. Maybe they go Graham Barton, but they also need safety work. Ooh, man. They definitely need say, I'm going to go Cooper here. I'm going to take Cooper, the Iowa boy there. This is the Chargers' second pick. So they went line earlier. They're not going line again. I feel like this is where they go offensive weapon. You got Mitchell, Worthy, Coleman, Ladd McConkey. I feel like Coleman might be the pick. I like Coleman. I like Mitchell a lot. Worthy's fast as hell. But I feel like Coleman's more of a Harbaugh guy. I'm gonna take Coleman. Dallas, Jesus Christ, Dallas needs everything under the sun. They lost everything and they didn't bring anything back. I mean, what are they gonna do? They need weapons. They went and got Royce Freeman. I mean, what the hell? That's your running back with Deuce and Rico. They need a running back, but I'm telling you, I feel like they're going to be the ones that take Xavier Worthy. I feel like they're going to do that. They're going to add that weapon. They're going to do something like that. I don't know. And look, Green Bay, I'm going to put Kool-Aid McKinstry on there. McKinstry, yeah, I help out their secondary. That'd be insane. That'd definitely be insane. Even though that might be too many corners there. See, now I'm getting to the depth where I know some of the teams, but then I can't really say how I would feel about some of this. Bucks, we're gonna go offensive line. Cardinals are picking again. That, you know what? J.C. Latham, they're going offensive line. Bills need a receiver. I'll take a Donnie Mitchell there. Lions. What happened here? Resume draft. Lions. Maybe they go corner. Ravens. They probably need a corner. They probably need a lot of work too there. Let's go defense. Corners. Linebackers. I don't know what I like here. I do not know what I like. I think they need weapons. Maybe they go Ladd McConkey. I think the Niners, they grab offensive linemen. And the Chiefs, they're definitely going, I feel like they're going to go wide receiver too. And I hate to put this, but I like Leggett. I like that. I truly do. I like that. So, I mean, it's rough when it gets to a certain point. It gets rough when you get there. But this draft is going to be crazy. I think the first round is going to be crazy. I feel like there could be at least 3 trades. The Vikings, I feel like the Raiders may move up in the top 10. I could see, I told you I felt like the Bengals could. Maybe the Cardinals try to move around again because they got that second first round pick. There's a lot of things that are going to happen in this first round of this draft on Thursday. Again, we're going to have a show. We're going to start at 7:30. So we'll be here. It'll be me, Jay, and Beer Cave. We'll all be on here. We'll be talking about it. We'll be trying to guess the pick or feel where we're going to be at with that. So make sure you are tuned in. Hit the notification. 7:30. 7:30 on Thursday. We will start. Draft starts at 8. And we'll get that rolling. But damn, man. Damn. Trying to think. What else? What else? Yeah, that draft. NBA's getting insane. You see these boys. Ant-Man showing. I mean, he got 3 fouls, but the rest of that team starting to show out. It's just, it's going crazy right now in this game because you thought the Suns would be able to do something. Kevin Durant has 18. No real help. You got Towns, 13 points. McDaniels has got 9. Gobert's got 6 and 10. Edwards has got 10. And then you got Alexander Walker, 12 points. They got a lot of help. I mean, they're up by 7. They're up by 7. Look at that. Threes aren't good. Free throws are 13 of 14. The Wolves are. They got 9 offensive boards. That's a kill move. You can miss a shot, get that rebound, and put it back. That is huge in basketball. Offensive rebounds are just as good as free throws. 14 assists. I mean, surprisingly, the Suns have 6 blocks to 2 on the Wolves. That's a little shocking to me with the big man. Turnovers are roughly the same. Second chance points. Here it is right here. That's what them offensive rebounds do. How many? They had 9. Second chance points. They have 16 second chance points. That means out of 8 of them, they put it back up. Man, that is a hell of a thing. No fast break points for the Suns, which is absolutely crazy. But these teams are just going to battle it out. Just go absolutely insane in these playoffs. I mean, you see it now. I can't wait to see the next game. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks versus the 76ers. I truly believe the series is going to be great, but I think the Sixers come out on top. I want the Sixers to dominate this first game and shut everybody up. Stephen A, shut his mouth. Literally shut him the hell up because this dude is riding so high for some damn reason on the Knicks. And I have no understanding why. Again, Jalen Brunson, straight dog. But that dude cannot do what LeBron or Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant can do. He cannot carry a team himself. Granted, they have some good pieces over there, but he's not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. Now when you're going against an experienced 76er team. Last year, the Knicks did what they did because the Cavs fell apart. Jared Allen said the lights got too bright. Mobley wasn't even around. The Cavs fell apart. The Cavs looked good this first game. Absolutely dominating. And it was without the 3 ball. That's scary. They averaged 15 made threes a game. 15 made threes a game. I want to say they had 7, 8. So they were missing 7 or 8 threes. They were missing 21, 24 points from made threes. So again, you just take a point off all that, you cut it in thirds. They were missing another 8 points. Just off made threes, let's say. That's insane, man. That's why I don't know why the whole thing with the Knicks. Julius Randle's not going to play. Just DiVincenzo, I mean, Josh Hart, great pieces, but come on, man. You can't tell me that Brunson can do what these other guys have done. Just dragging people to the finals or even through a series. Nah. Maxi's going to do his damn thing. Embiid's going to dominate. I mean, he's not even 100%. If this dude starts to feel 100%, it's going to get real nasty. Hopefully Tobias Harris shows up. And then again, Nicholas Batum, the unsung hero from that playing game. If he gives you 15 to 20 points, this is a whole nother thing, man. The Sixers are going to be dangerous, and they'll be the team that goes out and meets the Celtics in the conference finals. It'll be a nasty thing. Again, somebody needs to tell me why. Why do they think that? Like, why? I have no clue. None. Why people are riding high again? I get the Brunson being a dog factor. I just don't believe in the rest of that team. I believe they can be great. I just don't feel like they can do more than what a Philly team can do. And Philly's not even 100%. Again, Embiid's coming off that injury. He's not even 100%. And I feel like he'll do enough, and the rest of the team will follow behind him. Let's jump off basketball. Let's go to boxing. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. These two have been chirping and battling and mouthing off to each other for the last year. Dude, it's been going nuts for the last year, just talking shit. You won't fight me. You won't fight me. You won't fight me. Oh, you're ducking him. Oh, this and that. All this shit. Now finally they're gonna get in this ring. They're gonna get in there, and it was a bet made. Haney said, for every pound you're overweight, you owe me 500,000, a half a mil, cool half a mil. Garcia said, without hesitation, shook the man's hand, and I feel like Garcia already knew he was going to be over because he immediately gave him $1.5 million because he was 3 pounds over. But Garcia's acting weird, man. Just the things he's saying, he's acting crazy. Like before, he's usually cool, calm, collect. He does his little talk, little chirp here and there. But now it's just, he's saying some weird shit. Weird shit. Even when people were asking him stuff in the crowd and it was, the press or whatever, saying some weird stuff to them, man, going off. Like stuff you wouldn't hear him say. I don't know. Is this a good thing for Ryan? Like his head's in this kill mode, or just I'm sick and tired of being the nice guy mode and he just wants to tear somebody up, and maybe he's going to shock everybody because everybody's feeling like he's going to get knocked out. Everyone's feeling like Haney's going to knock this dude out. I like Garcia. I liked him before he turned into this maniac that he is now. I don't feel a knockout's coming. Maybe. But God, I'll tell you right now, if I saw a guy like that act that way and do the things he's doing, I feel like he's on another. Whoo, shit like that scares you. That's like mental patient type things. So I don't know, man. I don't. Garcia might come out and whoop this dude's whole ass, and then everyone's like, what? And that's the mentality he's going to need every fight from here on out. That mentality that just, I'm going to terrorize you. I'm going to say all sorts of messed up shit. I'm going to act messed up. I'm going to get in your head that way, do this and that. Because I bet Haney's kind of like, what? He even said it at the press conference. This dude's acting weird, man. He acting goofy. It's goofy over here. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy that happened like that. And again, it blew my mind because you don't see Ryan Garcia do that. You just don't see him. That's like a Conor McGregor move. Like the way he started acting was like a Conor McGregor alter ego for him. Like Conor does that. Conor talks all that shit and gets crazy and talks shit to the press and all this other shit. Ryan doesn't do that. Ryan may chirp. Ryan get in your face, maybe be right there. But Ryan was all up in his face, had his arms ready. They were nose to nose at least 3 different times throughout this whole lead up to this. And like I said, just a bet, knowing that dude knew. He took a beer and drank it while he was getting weighed in. The dude, mentally, something wrong with him right now. But again, that could be a good thing for Ryan. It could be a scary thing for Haney. Haney might be going in here thinking he's going to dominate, or he might have that thing that in the back of his head, like, dude, this dude's a nut job right now. He's an absolute insane mental case, and I don't know what's going to happen. Is this dude going to bite my ear off? Or is this dude going to do some crazy shit to me? What's going to happen? Or again, maybe Ryan goes in there swinging wildly, acting stupid, and Haney connects, and that's the end of it. Game over. 10 count, KO. I don't know what to think about this fight. I hope it's great. I hope it's good. We need fights like this. Stevenson needs to get in the ring. You need to see Tank back in the ring. You need to see all these guys fight each other. You know, your boy Terrence, he about to fight for the WBC middleweight belt now. Canelo's gonna fight. You got the big one coming up in May, Usyk and Fury. Yeah, Crawford, Terrence Crawford. These fights are getting better. They need to continue getting better. Boxing faded away because you had old dudes or guys going further into after their prime than they needed to because they needed the money. Or because there was no one fighting nobody. You had all these stars of boxing fighting nobodies. And then when they would fight somebody, it was great, but you only saw that every so often. Like every year we needed to see a couple of them fights, not once every 10 years or once every 3 years. Every year, we got enough stars in boxing in every division that we should see fights like that. I mean, you got 5, 6 stars in one division. You could be like, dude, these guys should beat each other up all the time. They should each face each other. It's just insane to me. The Charlo brothers. I mean, come on, man. Crawford, you got Earl Spence fighting the one. I mean, everybody should be fighting everybody. It should all just go rounds. And then, yeah, give the next comer up. All right, cool. This dude's new number one or whatever. Just let him get up in there. But you got so many stars right now in boxing that people know. People like to dog on the Jake Paul situation and all of that, right? They like to say, oh, this is fixed, this is stupid. But I bet every single one of y'all are watching it. Y'all still turning on to watch and see how fixed it is or how stupid it is, right? People that weren't into boxing before his YouTube ass decided to do this shit, before him and Logan Paul decided this, they didn't watch boxing before. Now they watch that. And then when they hear of real boxing matches, because everybody's saying it's so fixed, so fake, they go to watch real boxing matches now. And now they start getting into it. Because usually they're watching their asses fight. Maybe they're into UFC. It brings some relevance back to the sport when you have guys that are stars fighting each other. You want stars to fight each other. You don't want everybody saying, oh, well, money this, money that. Well, for your career, you need to fight someone else. Screw that. If I'm a boxer, if I'm one of them dudes, I want to fight the best and say I beat the best. Because who says it best? Who said it the best? Ric Flair. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Well, these dudes aren't fighting each other until now. Now you start seeing it happen. And it needs to happen more and more. And it needs to continue. Because boxing will go back to being irrelevant again. My son is going to turn 20. He got into boxing a while ago. But now you see him, his friends are getting into it. They're getting into it. They're getting into tennis because they're picking up and they're watching players get excited. Different things are happening. You see golf. Golf's come a long way from what it was before. Quiet. And it was just nonstop. There was no real celebrating. There was no cheering. There was no flashy colors. There was not young kids on there. It was older guys playing golf. Now you got all these bright, vibrant colors, long-haired dudes, mustaches, beards, people joking around, people in the crowd joking, TikToks everywhere about people just heckling golfers, messing around with them, golfers loving it. That is why the sport has become big now. That's why young people are drawn to it. Not only are they going out there and playing a group of 4, drinking with their buddies and having fun, but they're watching it because it gets entertaining. They're buying the clothes, the crazy-ass shirts because you can wear them now on the tour. You could be a certain way on the tour. Celebrate, engage on the tour. Again, tennis. You got these young guys playing, being a certain way. Acting out. You see how they're doing it. Like it makes it more relevant for the younger generation. People bringing the tennis. And again, with boxing, like I said, you're bringing a younger generation because the younger generations come into it and they've gone straight to UFC, or when Jake Paul and Logan Paul brought this boxing out with KSI and all them, straight to that. They don't know what real boxing is. And then when that boxing happened, they started seeing it. And then they kind of, you see the filter happen. They start filtering over and they start watching it. I bet there'll be a bunch. My son, him and a group of friends went to his mom's house to watch it with his stepdad. I mean, I'm huge into boxing. I'm hours away. Otherwise, I'd be right there with him. I mean, boxing has become more relevant for a younger generation because bigger names have come out. They fought each other. They keep on fighting each other. They need to continue that. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Haney. Them two have been talking shit nonstop. Or fight Tank. Them two have been nonstop at each other too. Crawford beat up Spence. I want to see Crawford beat up one of the Charlo brothers. Beat up Spence again because he's still talking. You know, these guys are all coming around. That is what the sport needs. It needs relevancy. A lot of sports do. Listen, football is always going to be huge. Problem is, it's starting to trend in the wrong way where you get all these rule changes. Can't hit a guy here. Can't do this. Can't do that. That's stupid. It's getting real dumb is what it is. The rule changes you really need is when people complain about the franchise tag, which I guess you can complain about that. That's a rule change that can happen that helps the players. I get player safety, but come on now. The more you take out away from player safety, or more you take out the game tackling wise, it starts to become like, all right, you might as well put flags on players. It's going to be soft. You're not going to get big hits. People like the big hits. I get it. Injuries happen. It's a violent sport. Injuries are going to happen. That's just how this is. You didn't decide to be in the sport because, I get to go over here and tap him on the shoulder. No, you got into it because you loved being violent. You loved hitting somebody. Whether you're offense or defense, if you're a running back, a wide receiver, you loved smacking somebody. Defensive player, you love just tackling the hell out of somebody. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, basketball has become so soft on defense because they want high. They think this generation is all about higher scoring games, which a lot of people are. It's more exciting. No, this is stupid. You got my generation and an older generation are like, man, we want to see some good defense. We want to see the big man be used right. But no, Adam Silver in the NBA, we're fast. We want 100-plus point every game. We want, the average is 115. That's a little bit nuts. What happened? 97 to 82 or something like that. That's a good game still. You know, it's more or less good games. People, I don't know. You know, I speaking of good games, you know, when you're a fan of a team, like say I'm a fan of the Cavs, I heard somebody say, I was watching a thing on TikTok. Somebody goes, you know, I do not want my team to play in good games. I want it to be a blowout. I want my team to blow somebody out so I'm not nervous. I'm not a wreck. My anxiety ain't going crazy. Screw that. I want the good game, even if my team's involved, because I want the nerves, the anxiety. I want to be sitting on the edge of my seat like, what's going to happen? Are we going to win? Are we not? Because if it's a blowout, well, then I already know, and I'm not even paying attention. I've already changed the channel. I don't want that kind of game. I want it to be the game where I got to sit there and pay attention. Same with football. I want to have to pay attention. Oh, what's up, Dom? Look at the kid popped in.
It's first time on the cheap seats.
Yeah, it's coming to the cheap seats. Hey, I was just talking about how the relevance of sports and how you see some of them catering towards your generation and younger, like golf. You know, they're wearing the crazy colors. You see people out there with long hair, mustaches. Celebrations are different. Tennis. You and your boys got into tennis.
Yeah.
The different way players are now, not just how it was before. You see boxing. The younger generation, not you in particular, but younger generation, started seeing Jake Paul and Logan Paul do that, and they hear all these things, and then they start shifting over to real boxing and say, all right, cool. Because most of them saw just UFC and then YouTube boxing. They didn't get into regular boxing because nobody was really into it because nobody was fighting anybody before.
Yeah.
So it's all changed now, and it's for the better. I just hope the rule changes and football don't keep getting worse. I hope basketball can kind of slow down a little bit, play the big man game, and get better. But everything else seems to be just pumping up.
Yeah. Big time.
Oh, where were you? You're off? You're on your way to your mom's, huh? To go watch that?
Yeah. Well, first I gotta play for Gemma. I gotta watch.
Oh, yeah? What kind of play she in? Oh, technical difficulties. He might have hit a rough spot in the road. Gemma's his little sister, his other little sister. He's got two of them. What's funny, both their names start with G. He's got Gianna and Gemma. My daughter Gianna, then his other sister Gemma. You there?
Yeah. Yeah.
What play is she in?
I'm not sure.
Oh, all
They
right.
didn't tell me that.
All right, that's cool. She like a lead role?
I'm assuming so. I think she was like last year in the play she did.
Nice, nice. I saw Cody and Noah were out fishing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, listen. Where are you at with this fight?
Haney
Because
Garcia.
yeah, here, I'll lead you into what I was talking about. You know, Haney Garcia's been talked. They've been yelling at each other, talking shit to each other for a while now. Haney's still just Haney. You know, he talks, he does whatever, but Garcia is totally different than he's ever been. He's an absolute nut job right now. Like things he's saying, how he's acting, you know, yelling, telling people in the press he'll screw their moms and all this other shit, doing things that, you know, you're not used to seeing Ryan Garcia do or hearing him say. And then he immediately bet Haney the $500,000 a pound without question. And I think he already knew he was going to be over the weight.
Yeah.
So I was saying it could be a good thing for Garcia in this mental mindset where he's just done. He's the bad guy. He's the villain. He's going to hurt somebody bad. Or it could be a bad thing where he's just going to go out there and try to swing and knock someone's head off, and he's going to leave himself open, and he's going to knock him out.
Yeah, I kind of get a little bit of a Dylan Dennis. You know who Dylan Dennis is?
Yeah.
I get kind of like a Dylan Dennis vibe right now from Ryan. And if that plays out the same way that it did for Dylan, he's going to be messing around in the ring and he's going to get himself busted up a lot real badly.
You know what's funny? You said that. I said it was almost like a Conor McGregor alter ego coming out of Ryan, the way he was just talking shit and acting. I'm like, holy man. He flipped the switch and went right to the Irishman. You know, talking all that shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, this is something else. But I hope it's a good fight. I hope it isn't he's out there messing around and gets knocked out in the first couple rounds. I hope this fight really gets good and he turns on that serious, like, you could be crazy and mental and talk all that shit and do all sorts of stupid shit, or you could be crazy and mental and be serious as hell. If he's got that serious as hell mental issue problem in there, this is going to be dangerous as hell for Haney, and it's going to be a good fight.
Say a great fighter example for serious, crazy, and dangerous is Tony Ferguson.
Yes.
Cooey.
Yes. Or listen, and again, we're jumping to a whole nother fight scheme, UFC, but the mentality wise, Max Holloway, that dude's a nut job himself. He don't care. He's right in the center of the ring and he starts swinging away and boom, knocking people loose. Every time he does that, he's knocked somebody out every single time.
Yeah, the best is blessed.
The dude's is insane. And if you see his symbol, looks like a hand pointing down, like his little It looks like him doing that. It's crazy. But if you had to relate it to boxing, serious crazy, Mike Tyson was just that crazy that went out there and just went to kill you. To me, serious crazy in boxing is Roy Jones. That dude was a nut job too, but when he was in a ring, like he was serious with it.
Yeah, the captain, man.
Dude, it just Roy Jones Jr. was something else.
So he's probably top 5 favorite boxer of all time for me.
Roy Jones with the Philly shell. Just dude, that dude would knock people loose. Like I loved B Hop. B Hop was dominant for a long time.
Oh yeah,
All the way up,
Bernard
like he
Hopkins.
was in his 50s, I think, when he finally stopped. And he talked shit to the wrong person, was yapping off, said, "Ain't no white guy gonna beat me up." Then he got punched right through the ropes out the ring. That's the funniest shit. Oh, I laughed so hard at that. All right. So give me a prediction. What are you feeling? You feeling it goes a distance? Is it a knockout? Who does what? What happens?
I do think, as much as I would love to see it, I do think this goes to decision with Haney taking it unanimously.
Really? All right. All right.
I think his footwork and just his boxing ability, the only thing he's really missing is power. Like he's got
Yeah.
some power because he's knocked some people out before, but they weren't the best of opponents. But his footwork and elite level defense and everything, I feel like it's going to be too much when the only time Ryan has fought someone with around the same footwork and defensive ability was Tank.
Yeah.
And even I
Tank's
feel like Haney's got better defensive ability too.
I feel like Tank's on another level though. Tank's counter punch is way more powerful and different than Haney's.
Yeah, I agree.
And I and to me, I think that's where it'll be. If he can keep serious and do his thing and battle, because Garcia has knockout power. Like Garcia's got some power. It's just a matter of knowing when to do it. Like he knows how to
Yeah.
box. It's just I feel like he misses opportunities and then he takes the wrong opportunity sometimes. I'm with you though. I think Haney. I think it's distance, and I think Haney probably gets it unless some switch is flipped and it's that serious crazy, and Ryan just tears him apart somehow, and it'll just shock everybody type shit. But I mean, you got to think what's coming up. Boxing's got a lot coming. You got Usyk
Yeah.
Fury next month. Well, let's go pre that right now. What do you feel that fight's going to look like, or what do you feel the winner of that fight will be?
I mean, everything says Fury's going to win that fight. If you just look at everything, but man, Usyk has got a dog in him, man, and he may be small, especially super small for a heavyweight, but that dude's got power. He's great at boxing. He's great at walking you down. And Fury, like, I mean, I think Fury didn't take Francis that serious, but Francis banged him up pretty bad. And if he looks anything close to that fight, Usyk's going to catch him a lot of good times, and he's going to cruise to a decision.
All right, all right. And so you saw it both ways. You can see Fury going out there and handling business because he's ready to handle it finally. He's sick and tired of the wait. And you could see Fury being too cocky and Usyk taking advantage and getting that decision in.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Fury's ego recently has not been really likable. Like I used to love Fury, but recently I don't like him really at all because especially when he fought Chisora for the third time.
Yeah.
Like when he went to go do that, he was on a podcast with one of these guys I used to watch, and he was like, pretty much like, all right, let's be real, Chisora's kind of like an easy fight. Like you're gonna win this really easily. And then Fury went off on started throwing out insults towards the podcaster because he said that, and saying it's not an easy fight. I would never pick an easy fight. Blah blah blah. But that podcast got bad.
But see, that Ngannou fight, I think, humbled him.
I hope so.
Because you haven't heard a lot from him since. You've seen him, but you haven't heard him. Like, I haven't heard any real crazy things come out of his mouth. I think it's when that happened, he put himself straight into that mind that nope, I let that dude get close to getting me.
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna let Usyk be that close, and I need to make sure I'm on top of my game because after Usyk, it's probably going to be AJ if AJ continues tearing through everybody right now.
Yeah, when we saw how AJ handled Francis, he did it. It was a quick trip to the office for him.
Well, AJ needed that. I think AJ needed that more than anybody too because AJ was starting to fall. He was starting to look different. Like that fight before that, who beat him up? God, who do you get? I can't think of who he was, but dude,
the last fight I remember that the dude was hurting AJ was that big, tall, white, bald dude.
Yeah, and he almost had him, didn't he? A couple times or whatever.
Yeah, but then AJ was able to knock him out way late in the fight.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things there. See, I don't know. Like that fight that wasn't it the fight before Ngannou? Right before Ngannou?
No, the fight before Ngannou was Otto Wallen when he made him.
Oh yeah, he beat him up. It was a guy before Otto because everybody was questioning that. It had to be that bald guy then. Because I was like, holy crap, AJ almost got smoked a couple times, and AJ took advantage of it. But I mean, it took way longer than anybody expected this shit to go down.
Yeah, because Wilder, that was the guy that Wilder knocked out in the first round with that little touch.
Just fucking smoked him, and then AJ was like, what?
And especially that fight was short notice for that white dude too, with AJ.
Hey, who else fighting on this card? Is Wilder on this card too?
No, they have a card coming though. I think next month, where it's like 2 boxing promotions are taking 5 of their best guys to go up against each other.
And I know Wilder. There's one that's going to have a lot of good fights, and I don't know when, but I know Wilder's fighting on it. There's someone else.
Yeah. Wilder's fighting the big Chinese dude. I think
yes,
Chinese.
Yes, that's the one.
That'll be good for Wilder. That's a good matchup for Wilder.
Because is Bud on that one? No, Bud's fighting.
No.
Bud's fighting dude for the middleweight right now. When's Spence and Charlo fighting?
I don't know. I don't know if we even have a date on that one yet.
Jesus, see, this is what I was saying. They need to get these fights in and get them going because the relevancy of this sport depends on it in a sense. Because you could have all the talk in the world, but if nobody sees it or it doesn't get done, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for sure.
You can amp it all up, promote it to hell, but if it doesn't get dealt with, then it's problems. It's absolute issues because then now you're losing me. It's like teasing the shit out of somebody and then taking it away, and you're like, oh man, screw this. I ain't doing that again.
Yeah, and that's how boxing was for a while. That's how I was getting. You got to think Bud and Spence. It was talked about for like 5 years before it finally happened.
Yeah, and that can't go back to that. This has got to be where we started hearing this talk. It's got to happen later that year, unless they already got a fight signed and they're fighting someone else first. It's got to happen. It's got to be the next fight. Like, this can't be, we're going to talk about it for 20 years and then, they're too old. They're not playing. Like, what? Come on now.
You got to think. We've been talking about AJ Wilder for like a decade now, too.
Oh, that's the next fight that's got to happen. It's got to be AJ Wilder.
Yeah, I hope Wilder's able to win this so that we can get that fight finally.
And then, if AJ beats Wilder, then it's AJ and Fury.
Yeah, that'd be... I'm pulling for AJ.
Oh, yeah, because if Wilder beats him, well, then there's no point for Fury to fight anybody because he already beat Wilder twice. Unless,
Yeah.
what, they just go, hey, we're going to do a fourth and be done with it
That's
again?
not
I don't see that happening because then if Wilder wins, then you got to do a fifth because someone's got to have the record on somebody. I don't know. I don't know. Did you happen to catch any of the Cavs game earlier?
No, but I checked the stats. I checked the stats and stuff.
Dude, they burned them. Start to finish. Whoop that ass.
Hey, speaking of some Cleveland teams, though, because a beer cave, I've been doing a little paying attention. The Guardians, man, are cooking right now.
Dude, best record in baseball.
Yeah.
Insane. Unreal, dude, that this team that we're like, we don't got no home run hitters, we don't got this, we don't got that, and we're doing it without the home run ball. I mean, we've used it a couple times, but it's like we lose our Cy Young winner at 2 games in, gone. We're thinking, holy crap, what are we going to do pitching wise? Our bullpen is the best in the league, and then we have the best record in the league, and we're doing it fundamentally. Get on base and get moved over. Doubles, singles. It's like, holy shit.
So I've been paying attention to them and one more team that's really been sucking.
It's
Dodgers,
really been.
man.
Listen, that's insane, the Dodgers, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. They were the favorites to win everything, and they're sucking bad right now.
I feel like they'll make a change, and I think maybe they're overwhelmed themselves. Because, I mean, the hitting, those guys can all of a sudden turn on at any moment.
Yeah.
And it'd be over with. Pitching wise is where the problem's lying right now. And I mean, the guy they brought in from Japan, he just looks like shit the first couple starts. I don't know. Yeah, the Dodgers are looking rough. I mean, some teams look rough. The Pirates are looking great. They're the other team that's come out of nowhere and I think they were right there with
Yeah, that's
the
San
Guards.
Francisco, right?
San Fran's up there. No, Pirates are Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Pirates, San Francisco Giants.
Oh, yeah.
And the Yankees, like, they're all doing their thing. Yeah, and it's insane. All these teams are playing this well right now, especially Cleveland, because nobody – I mean, they might have figured them to win 80 games, a little over 80 games, be second in the Central. Whoever wins the Central goes to the playoffs. But now you got them just beating people up. They had one rough series, and it was against the Yankees. And that was it. And I'd be honest, I think that was just a bad series for them. But I think they could still beat them. It wasn't like the Yankees tore them up. The one game they did, and that was in a doubleheader. But I feel like they're going to be all right. I feel like all of it's going to be all right. You got your mom?
No, I'm at I just got to the gas station.
No, you know. Who you got with you?
Nobody.
Oh, nobody came?
No, Jaden's going to be coming himself later on, but Rob works and stuff, and Dante's watching with his brother, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be watching it. I'm going to put it on. I don't know if your uncle will watch it or whatnot. Don't matter. I'm going to have it on because I want to see it. I have to see this. Is the undercard good?
I haven't paid too much attention to the undercard for this event, but I'm sure it's all right with these two guys.
You would think it would have to be. I mean, they couldn't just put Haney Garcia and expect it to be, whatever,
Yeah.
So hopefully there's some good fights there. Those are the fights I like the most. Like the ones you got people that are like only 8 fights in, and then you get to really see these guys, and you're like, holy shit, I'm going to start watching for him. Maybe he's another guy that's going to jump in this group that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Look at this shit right now. Minnesota versus Phoenix. 92-72, end of the third. Minnesota is destroying them.
Oh, wow.
That is insane. Like I thought I thought it was going to be a battle, but I didn't think it was going to be this. Beating
Say
them
at
by
half, they were
20.
pretty close.
Beating them by 20. Yeah, they were battling the whole first quarter. And then halftime, it was 7 points. And then all of a sudden, dude,
I had a
because, bro,
feeling.
they've only scored, I don't think Phoenix scored 20 points in the third quarter.
Wow.
That's how insane that is.
Yeah, I had a feeling because they played each other like twice right at the end of the season, and Phoenix looked like they were just shutting them down.
Well, if they look like that, now Minnesota turned it on them.
Yeah.
Minnesota flipped the script, said, nah, we ain't going out like that.
Is
So,
Ant, is Ant playing real well?
Ant-Man had 3 fouls early. He's got 28. 28, 5, and 4. Towns has got 19. Alexander Walker's got 15. Look, Booker's only got 11 points. And nobody else is doing that. I mean, Beal's got 15 and Durant does his thing, but nobody else is doing anything on that team. How do you feel about the Knicks? What do you think about them? You hear me?
Wait, well, hold on. What'd you say?
So how do you feel about the Knicks? Everybody's riding these guys so high.
Man.
Oh, they can go to the conference finals. Jalen Brunson's a dog. I know he's a dog, but he's not carry a team dog.
I got them beating the Sixers.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Even with how Embiid is starting to come back to form, Maxey playing, you had Tobias score 15, then you had Nicholas Batum come out of nowhere with 20. You think if that team's playing like that, they beat them?
I think Randall's out though, so that's tough.
Yeah, Randall's done. So you got with DiVincenzo and Josh Hart and Harrison. Who's gonna do it besides Brunson?
I don't know, man. I feel like Brunson's gonna lead the pack, and then the role players will just need to fall in line with him and just be a big support system for him. Which that's what he did in Dallas. All the players came around him since Luka was gone, and he led the way past the Utah Jazz. I think it was that year.
Yeah, that's the Utah Jazz, dude.
That's when they had Rudy and Donovan and the other good role players with them.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. I think the Sixers get them. I really do.
I'm surprised. I thought you'd be riding big with the Knicks.
No, not when it's only Brunson that I feel they have.
Yeah.
Again, they got other pieces, but it's not like there's not another guy. I mean, they got OG, but it's not like another guy I could say, all right, cool. If Brunson's sitting or is not playing at the high level for like a quarter or a half, there's not another guy I could say that could take over that game on that team, you know?
Yeah, I don't see that either.
So that's where it stops me from thinking they can do it, because say they shut down Brunson and he's not scoring 40 points, 30 points a game, and he's only doing 20. They lose. They don't win then. There's no way. Brunson has to score 30 plus every game, even 40 a couple of those games for it to even be anything.
So Brunson's going to need DiVincenzo to fall in line with him.
Yeah, him and Josh Hart. They're both going to have to do something.
Love letting those shots fly.
They're gonna have to do something, because I'll tell you right now, if they go 1-1 at home and it goes back to Philly and Philly wins the 2 in Philly, it's over.
Yeah, probably for sure.
Done. Cavs look like they may take out the Magic in 5.
I think they'll do it in 4. I think we'll see a sweep.
See, I can't. I call no sweeps this playoff. I don't think
Really?
I don't think we'll see a sweep. I truly don't. I think it'll be most will be 6 games mainly. Like that'll be the real average of it all. But yeah, I don't see a
6 game
sweep.
series.
Yeah, I mean the Cavs. I think they can win in 5. I think most of the series will be 6. Like I don't see any one team like that dominant. Like the Heat first, the Celtics, right? The Heat came out and played the Bulls, and I called this, and I was pissed. I didn't bet on it. I said Kobe White's gonna come out here and score 15 or less. He scored 13 damn points, and I knew it because it was like, oh yeah, he's gonna score. He's gonna put him on his back. Blah blah blah. Jimmy Butler ain't playing. I'm like, the Heat are gonna whoop your ass, and Kobe's gonna score less than 15. And
I couldn't
it
believe
happened,
that game.
dude. Hero came out and did his thing. Bam Adebayo did his thing. Jock did his thing. Caleb Martin. They did that without Scary Terry and Butler.
So this is a good time for Tyler Hero to step up.
And look, Butler and Terry could come back. They were only game times. Butler may not be done because he was hurt in the first quarter and he played through that. He could come back in this Boston series or be back for the start of it. Scary Terry could be back. And we all know how dangerous that team really is, especially with Spoelstra coaching them. We know what playoff Heat are, and it could give the Celtics a run. I don't think they beat them, but it could make the Celtics question themselves. Like, shit, they took us to 6. Now we're going to have to play a Cavs team that's firing on all cylinders. Mobley and Allen are taking halves. Like, because Mobley had 16 in the first half. Then he played defense and got rebounds, and then Jarrett Allen scored 16 in the second half and had 18 rebounds. And then you had Karis LeVert doing his thing. Mitchell had 30. Garland had, I don't know, what do you have, 20 maybe, I think?
Yeah, Garland looked real nice.
And my whole thing, the takeaway is the physicality. They were getting pushed around and cheap fouls, and they were getting right back in people's faces, shoving them, getting technicals. They're making sure they understood, hey, look, dude, you're not pushing us around. This ain't soft era Cavs anymore. Like, we were the soft boys you saw in the regular season. We ain't that anymore. Marcus Morris, Tristan Thompson, George Niang, they're not going to allow that shit to fly.
No, not
They'll
at
beat
all.
the shit out of somebody, and that's what's going to happen. Oh, that time is a-coming. So tomorrow, you and the boys are riding at noon?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to let you guys ride it out. I'm going to set it up, let you guys ride it out. Maybe I'll pop in. But is it you, Rod? You got your boys with you, or?
I'll definitely have Rob. Rob will definitely be in there, and I'd assume Dante's going to show up too.
All right, because I figure you guys will probably do a lot of talking about the boxing that happened, throwing your tennis, talk some about these playoffs. I may pop on. I was going to let you guys ride it out because I'm going to handle some cleaning and try to get some stuff done here. But yeah, you got that. So remember, the old man and the kid, tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow night, Sports Madness, 6:30 to 8. I will be on a show Monday at 8. I don't know if I'll be broadcasting on here. It'll be a little draft, a little pre-draft, little playoff talk NBA. And then Wednesday again, always AFC North with Bobby G. Then Thursday, 7:30, Beer Cave, Jay. We're riding it out, pre-draft show, and we're going to go right into the draft and go as long as we can, trying to predict picks. I don't know, the kid, if you got time, if you want to jump in.
Oh, yeah, I would love to, man. I've been paying so much attention to the draft.
All right. Well, 7:30, that show starts, so we can all 4 get on here and talk and see what's going to happen and predict our picks. So 7:30 Thursday, mark it, be there, press all the buttons, hit the subscribe button, the follow button, the notification button, hit the like button. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching, hit the like button. But until tomorrow, we appreciate y'all and salute.